Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for another edition of Reporter's Notebook. For those of you who've never watched Reporter's Notebook before, it's a fun little chance we get sort of towards the end of our days to sit down and talk with some of our reporters, some of the people who work behind the scenes here in the newsroom, and just give you a behind-the-scenes look about what goes on here at WNCT and dive a little deeper into those stories that we cover for you guys each and every day. So today we are introducing a new face to Reporter's Notebook, but somebody that you guys definitely know. We have Mr. Nolan Knight with us today. Hello, hello.
Hey, how's it going? Finally, I'm on.
I know,
Jeez,
right?
I don't know it took so long.
I don't know what's been going on. So Nolan, everyone, I'm sure you know him as one of our sports reporters, one of our sports anchors. He does all things sports. So he is here all the time till late night because you're going to all those crazy games.
Yeah.
So tell us what got you started. What got you interested in doing broadcast and specifically sports broadcast?
Yeah. When I was in high school, my life revolved around sports. I was a 3-sport athlete in high school. It was all consuming. It's all I cared about. The only news I kept up with was sports, and I was average at all of them. I like to say that I'm good at many things, great at none, and I wasn't good enough to go off to college and play sports, and so I wanted to continue to be involved in around the game. And so that led me to wanting to follow a career in sports broadcasting. And it's funny that I've always wanted to do it. This during Thanksgiving, actually, when I was in elementary school, we had young authors, and you had to write your books. You're in 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade or whatever, and you had a dedication page, and you said what you want to be when you grow up. And sure enough. And like 3 of the 4, if it didn't say professional athlete, it said sports broadcaster, which
Wow.
I think is really cool. I didn't remember doing that, and I was going through them over the Thanksgiving holiday and saw that and thought it was really cool. And so I've always wanted to do it. I went to school at Virginia Tech. Yeah, go Hokies. My dad was a Hokie as well. So growing up, I was going to games and stuff, and Saturdays were revolved around Virginia Tech football games, and so it was kind of my dream school. And I got there, and the sports broadcasting program wasn't that great. It wasn't known for sports broadcasting, I should say. And I was there in my freshman year, and I was obsessed with trying to figure out how I could actually make this a reality, because I was in classes with 30 or 40 people that said they want to be sports broadcasters.
Right.
And, there aren't that many jobs in it. So if I'm in one class in one school in one country or one state and there's 40 people, imagine how many people across the country are trying to get into the business. And so I started reaching out to as many people as I could to try to find an internship or ask them what I should be doing to kind of, start my career. And I landed an internship within the school where I got the opportunity to call play-by-play for the school's ESPN3 broadcasts, of the women's and men's soccer and wrestling and softball and baseball. And all of that led to so many different opportunities, from internships, calling baseball games in Wisconsin during the summers when I was in college, to my senior year getting a part-time fill-in anchor gig at a station in Bluefield, West Virginia, WVVA, until graduation, which the internship, or rather the part-time job at WVVA, led to a job in the competing station, WOAY in Oak Hill. I spent a year there, and now I've been here for 18 months here at WNCT. So it's a long line of a dream I've been chasing since apparently third or 4th grade until now, and it's all consuming for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
To think, 3rd or 4th grade that you had that idea in your head that you wanted to do that is amazing. I think when I was that age, I wanted to be a police officer. So, that's so awesome that you really knew what you wanted to do so early on and you made it happen for yourself.
Yeah, it's a surprise as well. It's such a competitive market, but I think that the drive and not really having a second option kind of forced me to maybe go until I got it.
Right. And so you said Virginia Tech. My sister goes there, and we're from Virginia.
I did
so
not know that,
yeah,
actually.
so I'm assuming you're from Virginia, that means, right?
Yep, just across the border in Suffolk, Virginia. So just 13 straight up through Greenville, and you get to you drive through Whaleyville, which is Suffolk, and then I live
Yeah.
just in Suffolk, so it's an easy drive for me. It's about if there wasn't stoplights in Greenville, it would only be an hour and
Right.
30 minutes, but there's so many stoplights in Greenville. 30 minutes of commute is actually getting to 13,
Jesus.
which takes forever.
That's fine. I feel like we maybe have talked about this because I feel like I remember you saying Suffolk because I grew up in Suffolk because my dad was in Norfolk on the naval base.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I feel like we have talked about this before.
Yeah,
so we're both from Virginia.
We're on
Okay,
different
we got
schedules
Hokies.
for people that
Yeah.
We don't run into each other very often.
Yes, that is another thing. So what is your schedule like? You know, for us, for my schedule personally, you know, I'm here 9:30 to 6:30 Monday through Friday, but you know, your job's a little different. So what are those hours? What does a normal day on the job look like for you as a sports reporter?
The hours aren't great. I joke around all the time that they might be the worst hours because you're working nights and weekends.
Yeah.
So my days off are Monday and Tuesday, and that's you know, optional. I could probably take a Wednesday and Thursday, or you know, one of those days off. I just like Monday, Tuesday because I do anchor on Saturday and Sunday, and so those are the longer days. So I like to be able to get off work and then have 2 days off after having 2 really long days.
Yeah,
but you know,
definitely.
during the week, I'll come in and. Like today, I came in and did put together a feature story. That's normally what I do on the weekdays. If there's high school volleyball games or basketball or football, you know, I'll go shoot those, come back. Maybe if I'm at the game, shoot an interview for a feature story the next day. And so that's kind of what you do on the weekdays. Those days are normally kind of shorter than the weekends. And then the weekends you come in. Like tomorrow will be a good example. East Carolina has a home game against Radford at 2. I'll come in at 12 and start getting some recordings going. You know, NC State has a game against Connecticut that I need to record. The East Carolina women play on the road. I got to get that game recorded. So you come in and do those, and you go to the game, shoot the game, get the post game, you know, sound and stuff, and then you come back and get everything ready for the show to put together your sportscast.
Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of people who, you know, are interested in sports broadcasting, sports reporting are, you know, maybe curious about what that timeline, kind of how that ends up. You know, I'm sure a lot of people who want to get into sports broadcasting like yourself, you know, grew up around sports, love sports, and that's part of the reason you got into it. So I'm sure a lot of people are questioning, you know, how long am I really spending a lot of time at these games? Am I like actually getting to go and enjoy the games, or am I really kind of like sitting in a studio all day editing? So what's kind of the balance of that you found?
The best days on the job, and people ask me what my favorite thing to do often, and the answer is always easy. The best days on the job are on the sidelines shooting games. So being the official station of the Pirates, we get the opportunity to unapologetically cover as many East Carolina events as we can from beginning to end. So, you know, being on the sidelines of the football game, you're there the whole time, and it's great. This year was different, of course, not having the anyone in the stands, but during a regular year, to feel that atmosphere, to feel what the players are feeling on the bench, to be behind the bench, getting footage of them celebrating together. I mean, that's just the coolest thing ever. And really, the rest of the days are waiting for those opportunities. Basketball's a little different because there's more games. Sometimes if you do need to dip out of there early to get something else, you'll leave that. But, you know, anchoring, if you're in it for, you know, the games, then you get that opportunity. But you do spend a lot of time anchoring and getting stuff ready for the show. When you're in sports, you know, you shoot it, you edit it, you write it, you produce it, and then you anchor it. So there's a lot to do. It's only 3 minutes of the show, but, you know, we're doing 3 people's worth of jobs, you know what I'm saying, to put your 3-minute sportscast together.
For sure. So what would you say is the best part of the job? You said obviously going to the games, but what is your favorite thing about being in broadcast in general, being in this industry? What is your favorite thing about being a reporter?
That's a good question. I really enjoy, you know, being someone that is a part of the community. If I can go do a feature story on a high school kid that's having a really good season that maybe is getting overlooked by some colleges, and if we can help get them some exposure while telling a really cool story about, you know, if they're an honor roll student or if they've had a loss in their life and they've overcome adversity, and we get to tell this really cool story that deserves to be told and share that with the rest of the community and maybe help push him in a direction to maybe get some more attention on that player, that's awesome. I host the Final Score on Sunday nights, which is a 20-minute sports show during our 11 p.m. Sunday night show. And I'll do a thing called a Sunday Night Thought, pun intended, Sunday Night, K-N-I-G-H-T Thought. I think it's clever.
Clever.
And it's essentially my take on something that's happened in the sports world. It's one of the few times when I get to deliver some commentary, because normally, as a sports reporter, you're delivering the facts. And during that 32-minute segment, I'll actually deliver my thoughts and commentary on something. And I like that a lot, because it makes me feel like I actually have a voice in the sports world. And if I say something, maybe what I have to say matters a little bit. And so those things are often, like this past week, it was about Sarah Fuller, the first female to kick in a Power 5 game, and talked about women breaking glass ceilings in sports and that kind of stuff. So being able to focus on something and actually give my thoughts to an audience is I think is really cool. That as a 25-year-old, I have the ability to maybe change somebody's mind on a subject.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that's, like you said, getting to talk to people in the community and getting to kind of share yourself and your opinion and your thoughts with the community. I think that's one of, all of our favorite parts, definitely one of mine, is just getting to interact with people and share people's stories and, get their faces out there and show them some recognition for the amazing things that they do in this community. So that's awesome. And we're going to finish up with one last question. It's kind of more of a fun question for the holiday season. So Christmas is obviously coming up. We just finished Thanksgiving. So what is your favorite ideal, like you're sitting at home on a Friday, Saturday night, you don't have any work, you're watching some Christmas movies, you're bundled up on the couch with the fire. What is like your ideal holiday snack or drink? Snack or drink?
Holiday snack or drink?
Tricky.
Oh, that's tough. Not a big coffee person unless I really need it. And unless it's a late night and I didn't get enough sleep or something and I'm yawning at the studio, then I'll get some coffee. But so probably, I'll go with hot cocoa, a little hot chocolate. I'm not a big sweets guy. I don't like candy or chocolate. If I have to, maybe I like gummies, and there aren't really Christmas gummies, are there?
No.
Right now at my house, I do have the Christmas tree shaped sugar cookies with like the green and red
those are awesome.
Sugar on it. I do like sugar cookies. So I have those at the house right now. I like pie. So if I'm at a pumpkin pie, I do like pie. Not a big cake guy. So I'll go with a pumpkin pie or some sugar cookies.
All right. So we got hot chocolate, pumpkin pie, or some sugar cookies.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good list we got going. All right. Well, thank you so much, Nolan, for joining us for this edition of Reporter's Notebook. I'm glad we finally got you on here.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, definitely. We got to bring you on here again. I'm sure people are excited to watch this one because they see you on broadcast all the time talking about sports. So I'm sure people will be excited to watch this segment as well. So thank you for joining us, and thank you guys for watching this episode of Reporter's Notebook.